We're going to have the toss of the coin now. The co-captains for the University of Michigan will be number 53, their offensive center, Murdoch, and their Wolfman or their rover on defense will be Frank Gussick, number 14. Don Bunce, number 11, the Stanford quarterback. Jackie Brown, their running back, 33. And Jeff Seaman, their All-American linebacker, number 92, are the Stanford co-captains. The officials assigned to today's game, the referee will be Jerry Markbrett. The head linesman is John Olson. They're both from the Big Ten. The umpire is Leslie Bruckner of the Pacific 8. The field judge is John Jones of the Pacific 8. The back judge, William Quimby of the Big Ten. Let's watch the flip. Stanford has won the toss. Now they give Michigan their choice of the remaining option, which goal. Let's see what they're going to do. Stanford's going to be on your left. They're going to be in the white today. And incidentally, Michigan will kick off from your right. Stanford had the choice of jerseys. Usually the white uniform is the road uniform, but they chose white today because they beat Ohio State in white suits last year. So we're going to now pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC television network. Kurt Gowdy and Al DeRogatis back with you in Pasadena. Neither team is out on the field yet. They're a little bit late. Now here comes Michigan, led by the Michigan cheerleaders. And Stanford coming on across the way. Well, they're both ready. Really something, Al, the way a bunch of men get so emotionally aroused right before that kickoff.
Kurt, without a doubt, there was a little emotional byplay there. The Stanford team was waiting for Michigan to come out first. Michigan comes out first, Stanford then comes out, and an overwhelming roar. Both teams highly emotional, both teams very excited, Kurt. This is a big quarter for Stanford, the first one. They've got to do something in the first quarter.
Stanford has had trouble in their first quarter. Second quarter has been their best scoring quarter. Michigan has scored best in their fourth period. Bo Schembechler has two fetishes: physical conditioning and discipline. That's Tom Slade now getting warmed up. Number 17, he'll be the sophomore quarterback when Michigan gets the ball that you'll be watching. Breaking out now, Don Bunce warming his arm up. Reggie Sanderson, 32, will be one of the kickoff return men. And on that kickoff team for Michigan will be Darden, Gussick, Steger, Bruce Elliott. Dana Coyne will be the kicker. Key, Sexton, Logan, Zuccarelli, Eaton, and Dave Elliott. Two Elliott brothers on the kickoff team, sons of former Michigan football star Pete Elliott, who now is assistant athletic director at the University of Miami in Florida. Miles Moore's in the middle. He's a dangerous man in the kickoff returns. Miles Moore, the wide receiver, takes it on the 6. Here's a fake reverse, and he's dumped. He faked it off to Winesbury on a fake crisscross in the kickoff return, and Stanford has poor field position to start their first series of plays. Zuccarelli made the tackle. It'll be Stanford's ball, first down on their 16-yard line. Don Bunce is the quarterback. The running backs will be Jackie Brown and Reggie Sanderson. Brown's 33, Sanderson is 32. Winesbury wide to the right. Bunce going to the air. Is tipped at the line of scrimmage and a hard rush by Michigan. Stanford opening right up. The pass was intended for the sophomore streak, John Weinsbury, but Greg Ellis, number 68, the middle guard of Michigan, in on him. Moore, Weinsbury, the wide men. Bill Scott, 84, is the tight end for Stanford. Bill Myers is the left tackle, 75. Younger Clippert's the left guard, 63. Sheehan is the center, 58. Jones the right guard, and Shellick is the right tackle. Stanford's offensive unit. Second down, 10 from their 16-yard line. Greg Ellis again, number 68. He hit Bunce as he was taking the handoff. This is the kind of defensive play that's made Michigan what they call the greatest defensive team in the history of Michigan football.
Kurt, they're using a 5-3. That man, Greg Ellis, is playing head up on the center. The two interior men next to Ellis played it very wide, meaning that Ellis could play that center one-on-one. It's tough for a center to block a man head up on him.
Third down, 13 for Stanford from their 13-yard line. Swings it to Jackie Brown, up to the 10, to the 15, and belted out of bounds. Mike Keller, the right end, number 90, who also drops back and becomes a linebacker, and the All-American middle linebacker, Mike Taylor, 33. Fourth down and 10 to go. Steve Murray, who's averaged 37.5 yards a kick, will be back in punt formation. Tom Darden, the All-American safety man, along with Dave Elliott, or Bruce Elliott. Michigan really looked powerful on defense in that first series. There's the kick. A wobbly spiral, a fair catch call, and a fumble. Who's got it? Let's see. Stanford gets the first break of the ball game. Stanford's ball in Michigan territory. Let's watch it again, Al.
We'll watch it, Kurt. And what actually happened, when Stanford took the field, they took the sun, so there's really no excuse at all. This is really a fine football player, Tom Darden, a big break.
Let's set Michigan up. They have Carpenter, who will be playing the wide side of the field, 90 at end. Rambo's the tackle, Ellis the middle guard, Beckman's the other tackle, and Keller is the short side of the field defensive end. Here's a flip to Weinsbury, the sophomore flanker, fumbles the ball, and Michigan has it. Bruce Elliott's down on it. Elliott recovers. Weinsbury had moved inside the 30, fumbled it away.
A tricky play. It's going one way, the pitch the other way. Weinsbury's in good shape. 2 turnovers, very unusual for both of these teams. Michigan rarely makes mistakes. They made one, but Stanford could not capitalize.
All right, Michigan on their 30-yard line. This is the sophomore quarterback, Tom Slade. No score in the first period. Billy Taylor cracked down on his 32-yard line. Billy Taylor, who gained 1,215 yards this year and carried the ball only an average of 19 plays a game. He's almost impossible for one man to stop. I think, Al, probably the key of this game is going to be the ability of 11 tacklers on the Stanford defense. Their secondary is going to have to make a lot of hits today. Mike Oldham has gone in now as a flanker. Here's the option. Slade pitching out, and that's Dowdy, Glenn Dowdy, the wingback, carrying the ball. His coach, Schembeckler, says Dowdy is the best all-around player on the Michigan team. Benny Barnes, the free safety of Stanford, made the tackle. Michigan's ball now on their own 37. They have a 3rd down and 3.
Michigan, Kurt, runs better inside, but they decided that Stanford was going to defense them to take away the inside. They're trying to go outside. They are awesome in the interior.
That's the game plan, to spread Stanford out, going outside, and then come back inside when they get them spread out. 3rd and 3. The pitch, Taylor can't handle it, and he stopped short of a first down. The bobbled ball, of course, destroyed his timing and his momentum. On top of him, Randy Potel, and along with Greg Sampson, the left tackle of Stanford. Now Barry Dotzauer, the punter of Michigan, comes on. 40.5 yards a kick this year. And Eric Cross, who has a bad hamstring pull, is back as a safety man. He's going to try and run back this first punt. If he doesn't get hurt, he'll stay in there as long as he can as a punt returner. The kick is away. Eric Cross calling a fair catch on his 21-yard line. So Stanford gained 5 yards on the exchange of kicks. They'll have the ball first down. Action will continue here at the Rose Bowl. The score, Michigan nothing, Stanford nothing. First down for Stanford on their 21. They're doing just about what we thought they would. Wide open stuff against a team that is really strong on the run, Michigan. Don Bunce has him in a slot right. Here's a reverse to the sophomore Winesbury in the 20. Winesbury is brought down in his 24. John Winesbury is one of the best high school players to ever come out of the state of Oklahoma. And he's going to be a surefire All-American if he stays healthy. He's brought down by Mike Keller, the end, and Tom Darden, the safety man. But he has a knee problem, Al, and he may have to get operated on at the end of the season.
Right, Kurt. Mike Keller, the fellow that made the tackle that you referred to, made a fine play. He was the only one that was not fooled, stayed right with John Winesbury.
Winesbury spreads to the right, Miles Moore to the left. Second down, 7 for Stanford. Don Bunce completes the pass to Miles Moore, who's the top receiver, to the tight end, Bill Scott. Bill Scott going over the middle. Caught 21 catches this year. He replaced an outstanding tight end, Bob Moore of last year, who caught 5 balls against Ohio State in the Rose Bowl. Tom Key, the wide linebacker, made the tackle. And we have a first down now for Stanford, our first down in the game. Both teams have looked tight on their first series of downs offensively. Don Bunce, voted the outstanding player in the Pacific Coast Conference this year. Little flip over to his tight end again, Scott. Scott's over the 45 to his own 46. Bill Scott again, a junior from Stockton, California.
Good strategy, Kurt. Going with the short passes. The defense is zone. The defense of Michigan is zone. He's going again to his tight ends very wisely. We'll watch for Jackie Brown. He could swing Jackie very easily to the outside and get some pretty good yards. Number 33.
Don Bunce with those flowing blonde locks that stick out from under his helmet. Stepped into a big pair of shoes, Jim Plunkett's. His pass is complete to Winesbury, and the sophomore flanker Winesbury's out of bounds on the Michigan 35, and right now Mr. Bunce is picking them apart. Bruce Elliott, the wide halfback, made the tackle.
Not only is he looking good, Kurt, he's moving so well. Watch this man move, and on the run he's throwing. His back is going underneath the zone. Winesbury, if he stays well, this could be really an exciting game.
First down for Stanford. On the Michigan 35, we have no score, 10:50 to play in the first period. Stanford's moved from their own 21 now into Michigan territory. Bunce, pass blocked, and that was 94, Butch Carpenter, a senior from Flint, Michigan. It's a big line up front, that front 5. Second down, 10 to go. Stanford going to the air right from the first play.
The heart of this defense, Kurt, Mike Taylor, number 33, Tom Key, number 37. 2 fine linebackers. Both are coming very close to interceptions.
Sanderson and Brown, the running backs behind Don Bunce. B-U-N-C-E, Bunce. Great drop back. He can do it all. That pops out of the hands of Jackie Brown, who came out of the backfield, number 33. Bunce throws to them all. Stanford have 5 receivers who had more catches than the leading receiver on the Michigan team. Of course, Michigan shows you the pass but doesn't rely on it. Now it's 3rd down and 10.
He was getting a double blitz, Kurt. The man that put the big rush on him, number 33, Mike Taylor from the far side.
3rd and 10 for Stanford. Bunce hit 55% of his passes this year, an outstanding percent. He has a quick release, as you notice. That one's deflected again. Getting a tremendous rush. It was Mike Taylor, the linebacker, coming through, and also Tom Beckman, number 99, the tackle. 4th and 10. And Little Rod Garcia, who weighs only 150 pounds, who kicked more field goals than any collegian this year, 14, is now on. He hit 14 out of 27. An all-time Stanford and Pacific 8 record. Holding, Steve Murray. This is going to be a long one, 52 yards. Soccer-style kicker, and it is a touchback. Tom Darden was back as the safety man. So Stanford's drive of 44 yards, stalled by Michigan, and the Wolverines take the ball over now on their own 20-yard line. And action will continue here at the Rose Bowl. The score, Michigan nothing and Stanford nothing. Now Michigan is doing something new they haven't done this year. They have two split receivers in, Rather to the right, Oldham to the left. The first time they've done it this year. This is to spread Stanford out. Slade on the option. Boy, is he wrapped up there on his own 16-yard line by Pierre Pial, who's the quickest lineman on the Stanford front four. He's not a regular. He has replaced Roger Cowan, who's been injured. They call them the Thunder Chickens at Stanford, this front four. Sampson, Lazatich, Butler, and Peralt. The linebackers will be Pat Moore, Jeff Seaman, the All-American, the middle linebacker, Mike Simone, the right linebacker. McLeod and Rob Netter, the halfbacks, Barnes and Podol are the safety men. Paul Seymour, the big tight end, now goes in as a blocker. There's a good hit at the 16-yard line. Billy Taylor brought down by Mike Simone. Billy Taylor has averaged 5.5 yards a carry. He hasn't been able to get going so far in this game. It is now on the Michigan 18, and they have a 3rd and 12.
Kurt, probably the most dangerous man on the Michigan team could well be number 22, Glenn Doughty. If Tom Slade flips to Doughty, he can do just about everything, number 22.
Once again, those two wide receivers, that's Doughty. Here's Slade looking. A long pass intercepted by Benny Barnes. Stanford's ball. Stanford's ball on the Michigan 43. Benny Barnes, who intercepted 7 passes during the season to lead the Pacific 8. Grab that one.
Here it is from the end zone. This was not a good throw. He was throwing behind the man. He had good time. His hesitation, he was a little off balance when he released. You know, Kurt, John Ralston said he's got to score more than 17 points, and he'll need 2 touchdowns on breaks. He's gotten 2 breaks already, a fumble and an interception.
And Michigan does not make mistakes. They averaged only about a turnover and a half all year. They had only 18 turnovers, already 2 in this game. Jackie Brown stopped by Butch Carpenter, who's playing the wide side of the field, and the wide linebacker, Tom Key, number 37. He had 2 brothers who played for Illinois in the Rose Bowl game. Key did. 2nd down, 12 to go. So far, Stanford has outplayed Michigan. We have 8 minutes, 50 seconds to play in the first period, no score. They're in a slot right. Moore, Winesbury on the same side. Bunce on his swing pass. Jackie Brown driven out of bounds on the 37-yard line by Frank Gussick. Jackie Brown, an academic All-American, who, by the way, is going to apply at the Michigan Law School.
When you've got John Winesbury and Miles Moore both on one side, it puts tremendous pressure on the defensive secondary. This is why we indicated earlier that Bunce might be going to his back out of the backfield to go underneath the speed of those 2 wide men.
Dennis Sheehan over the ball. Down 4, Stanford on Michigan's 37. Winesbury now has moved to the left side, and Moore is spread to the right. Bunce to flip to Winesbury, and he is stopped cold on that flip to the flanker with an inside reverse. Greg Ellis, the middle line man, hit him there, the middle guard. A loss of a yard, 4th and 5. Steve Murray has come in, and so has the field goal kicker. Has checked. Tom Drake has come in. Holding will be Murray, and Garcia now will be trying a 55-yarder. He tried a 52-yarder earlier. His kick is up, and it is short. It's too really monumental task for a college field goal kicker to try and kick a 52-yarder and a 55-yarder. Coming up next in NBC at 7:45 Eastern Standard Time tonight, the two undefeated untied powerhouses, Alabama and Nebraska, playing for the MacArthur Bowl, the national championship, the unofficial national championship. Michigan's ball now on their own 20-yard line. They have a first down. Nothing to score, and the left tackle moved. Jim Cood moved for Michigan. It'll be an illegal procedure.
Kurt, you look at this defense now of Stanford. The 4-3, the two cornerbacks, both up to the line of scrimmage. You've got almost a 4-5 defense. Tom Slade, they're trying to force him to the air on first down.
Fritz Seifert, a senior fullback in. Ed Shuttlesworth out. Stanford ganging up just like Michigan expected. Nearly a 7-8 man front up there to try and stop the run. That's why they've had the wide receivers out and try to go wide to spread them out. Here's the power sweep to Taylor. Taylor dragged down on the 17, and I'll say Stanford is doing a superb job so far of stopping All-American running back Taylor. Charlie McLeod, number 21, the free safety Barnes, 29, and that's what we meant about the secondary having to make the tackles today. The Stanford secondary has had only 4 touchdown passes completed against them, but whether they could come up and hit hard and make sure tackles will be the key of this game. Bo Ratter's in now as a flanker. The tight end Seal has come out. Second down, 14 to go. The pitch on a reverse to Rather, the flanker at the 20. Rather is over the 30 and has the first down of the game for Michigan. Bo Rather, a junior from Sandusky, Ohio, picks up the first down.
This was a pretty play, Kurt. The right side of the Michigan line went out, turned back. Tom Coyle, number 60, whom you will not see. There he is. He's making that block. Good call. Bo Rather, he can really fly, number 15.
Michigan on their 31-yard line. With their first down, we have no score, 6:52 to go. Ed Shuttlesworth, the powerful sophomore fullbacks now, and they're off the wishbone now. And that Shuttlesworth, who is a sophomore, gained over 800 yards on the ground this year. Number 31, you'll be hearing a lot of him in his junior and senior years. Larry Butler, the right guard, 73. Pete Lazatich, the left guard, 78. The inside men and the Stanford front four made the tackle. Rather comes out, Oldham goes in. Michigan's ball on their 34. Second down, 7. No score, first period. The option. Slade pitching to Dowdy, and Dowdy bulldogged down by Greg Sampson, number 91 from Long Beach, who's the biggest man in that front four.
Here it is again from the end zone. This is an outstanding play by Sampson. There was good room in front of this runner. One hand, and he pulls him down.
Let's take a look at this shot here. Sampson is a real sleeper on this Stanford team, a young fellow who now is just gaining real football ability. 255 pounds at 6 feet 5 1/2. We had a flag down on the play. They're discussing it. And it's being marched off against Michigan.
This has not been, Kurt, an explosive-looking Michigan team. They're doing things that they really don't do that well. They're much better inside, off of the wishbone or the power eye, where they can really generate that explosiveness that can break a Bill Taylor. The blocking of the front man, either Jeff Seifert or Ed Shuttlesworth, are really the things that make this offense go.
Second down, 23 yards to go for Michigan from their 18-yard line. They haven't been able to get on track yet offensively. Look at that charge. Billy Taylor hit by Pete Lazatich, the cowboy from Billings, Montana, who's been an outstanding lineman the last 2 years for Stanford in the Rose Bowl and during the season. 244 pounds.
You know, Kurt, his uncle, Milan Lazatich, played for Michigan in 33 and 34. He's deceased now, so I guess the Lazatiches have a little loyalty going both ways.
Billy Taylor's been held to 5 yards rushing in 4 attempts so far. And throwing on the run, the pass complete to the tight end, Seymour, who was hit by Randy Potel. Paul Seymour, the tight end, who caught only 5 passes all year. Really a superb blocking tight end. It's 4th down and 11 yards to go now for Michigan. And again, they're going in punt formation. Barry Dotsire will do the punting. Jim Ferguson and Eric Cross, the double safety. Cross is the man that calls who will take it. And here's Cross. They've outkicked the coverage. Takes it on the 23 to the 25, 30. Goes down, and he might have made another 5 yards had not he lost his footing. Tom Coyle, who was born in Dublin, Ireland, made the tackle for Michigan. Timeout. Action will continue here at the Rose Bowl. The score, Michigan nothing, Stanford nothing. President Nixon's seats to the Rose Bowl this year have been given to a fellow named Michael Dyer, a 19-year-old sophomore of Long Beach City College, who last year pulled a law enforcement officer out of a flaming automobile wreck and saved his life. Stanford's ball from their 34. Don Bunch to throw. The pass incomplete. And he was throwing under pressure, and the receiver was under the gun, too, as Beckman put a hard rush. The pass was intended for Reggie Sanderson. That's also the right halfback, Randy Logan, who is covering the receiver. Stanford runs those backs out a lot. They'll have 5-man pass patterns. Stanford now has run 16 plays, Michigan 11. Stanford's ball on their 34, 2nd down 10, no score, 4.5 to go in the first period. Slot right formation. Jackie Brown, and is stopped at his 37-yard line by Tom Key, the linebacker of Michigan, number 37. 3rd down, 7 to go. Stanford has had 3 third down opportunities, has not converted. Michigan has had 3 third down opportunities and has failed to move on into a new series of downs. Michigan has not been in Stanford territory yet. Stanford's been in Michigan territory twice. 3rd and 7. That bothered him, and that was incomplete as Gusick, the rover, the Wolfman, had a shot at it, but Bunce was hit as he let that ball go, and it was deflected and wobbled. It was intended for Winesbury, the flanker. Don Bunce, who's probably been against the hardest pass rush he's had all year.
You know, Kurt, when your offense isn't going, it sure is great to have a defense. And this Michigan team the defensive team is really holding it all together until Michigan can get something rolling. The defense is doing it all.
And Michigan starts slowly. They did the same thing against Ohio State, Michigan State this year. They were checked in the first period, then they got rolling. We'll see if they follow that pattern today. Steve Murray in punt formation. Tom Darden and Bruce Elliotter deep for Michigan. A low kick. Darden takes it on his 28, and he's having trouble with his footing also, and he goes down on the 29. He averaged 10 yards a punt return this year. We like to acknowledge at this time many of the Washington Jefferson alumni here at today's Rose Bowl in recognition of the 50th anniversary of W&J's appearance in that Rose Bowl game. Washington Jefferson, now an NCAA college division member, played California to a scoreless tie back in 1922. Our greeting to W&J fans everywhere and to all alumni of fellows who have played here in the Rose Bowl. Ed Shuttlesworth hitting straight ahead, the sophomore whose father is a high school principal. He was stopped by Pete Hansen, who's now moved in the interior of the Stanford front 4. The ball is on the Michigan 34-yard line. They'll have a 2nd down and a long 5 to go. Seifert then at fullback. This is their power I formation, they call it. Keeper by Slade, the pitch out to Taylor. Taylor breaks tackles. That's his specialty. That's what he really does well. He broke the tackle of Randy Potel, the safety man.
Kurt, you're right. This is what he does so well. He's got a low center of gravity. Pottle comes up, number 36, gives him a shoulder, but really doesn't go through this man. Little head fake helped a lot, too.
They say he's almost impossible for one man to bring him down, and he showed his tackle-breaking ability there. Michigan's second first down. They're on their 43-yard line. Glenn Dowdy driven out of bounds on his 47. Dowdy, a double threat man, receiving the ball and running it. He had a knee injury last year. He missed the Rose Bowl game, or year before last, as a sophomore. Benny Barnes made the hit on him.
Jeff Seifert, who's gone into the game for Ed Shuttlesworth, number 32, is a better blocker than Shuttlesworth. Shuttlesworth probably a better runner. Number 32 made a fine block on that last play.
Mike Oldham in now as a wide receiver to the right. Michigan starting to roll. Second down, 6 from their 47. Off their power eye, they pitch it to Billy Taylor. And Taylor blasts his way into Stanford territory. The first time Michigan has crossed the 50-yard line here in the first period. They're now in the Stanford 47, very close to a first down.
Jeff Seaman, fine middle linebacker, number 92. Let's watch it. See why he's All-American. Moving with that play, getting the good inside-outside angle. That's the way you make the tackle.
Bo Schembechler says Mike Taylor is the best middle linebacker in America. John Ralston says, my man, Jeff Seaman's the best middle linebacker in America. They both made all the All-American teams. Number 92 on Stanford, Seaman. Number 33 on Taylor. All right, Michigan has the ball now for a first down on the Stanford 47. Ed Shuttlesworth goes in at fullback, replacing Fritz Seifert. Paul Seal goes in as a tight end, and Paul Seymour comes out. Michigan's ground attack just starting to move. It's the fullback Shuttlesworth to the 45 of Stanford. He's piled up there by Pete Lazatich, number 78.
That front of Stanford is hitting well and then moving very rapidly to the outside. Michigan will have some success with their back starting out, then cutting back. Shuttlesworth's coming out. Seifert, number 32, going in. Seifert, a fine blocker.
They're alternating fullbacks, sending plays in now. Seifert goes in, number 32. Second down, 8, Michigan on Stanford's 45. No score near the end of the first period. The fake to the fullback, and Slade is dropped back at the Michigan 48-yard line, or 49. On a great charge by Pete Lazatich again, number 78.
This is what we're, Kerry, I'm sorry, this is what we were talking about. Watch them get off the ball. Quick, there's Lazatich, 78. That was a busted play. The center never did get out to block on him. Lazatich, easy play.
Play lost 6 yards. It's 3rd and 14. Lazatich now has 3 solo tackles today and 2 assists. He's done quite a job in this first period. In the last minute of the first period, Slade gets away. Good runner. He's to the 40. That's a big play for Michigan right there. He was trapped back at his own 45-yard line, and his own running ability set that one up. That could be a big play in his first half.
Jeff Seaman, number 92, was blitzing. Kurt, look at him come in here. He reaches out. You're right. This is a very big play. This is the kind that can really break the heart of a defense. And as you say, Slade knows what to do with that football when he runs. Good runner.
Michigan now on the Stanford 34-yard line with a first down. 25 seconds to go in the first period. No score. The power I formation. Slade to Shuttlesworth. He'll blast forward to the Stanford 30. Second down, 6 to go, Michigan. Coyle, the guard, Tucker, the tackle, leading the way. Second down, 6, and the clock shows that's the end of the first quarter in the 1972 Rose Bowl game with the score, Michigan nothing and Stanford nothing. Kurt Gowdy and Al DeRogatis, there are your first downs. We're going into the second period. This is Michigan's deepest penetration. They're rolling on the ground now, but on a third down play with Slade's 17-yard scamper that set up this threat. Fritz Seifert, the fullback, checked at Shuttlesworth. Billy Taylor. Taylor going to the 23-yard line of Stanford. He's tackled by Benny Barnes, number 29, and helped by Mike Simone.
Actually, Kurt, there was a missed tackle by Tim Robinette, number 42. Tim was trying to play the block off of big Ed Shuttlesworth, and he is so big, really, I think he just killed the view for the cornerback.
First down, Michigan on the Stanford 23. Billy Taylor dropped at the 19-yard line. And he's hit there by Pete Lazatich. Tim Robinett helping him. It's over the 20. Let's put it on the 19. Second down, 6, Michigan. Going with their basic ground game. They sent a new play in with Seifert, the fullback, replacing Shuttlesworth. This is a time-consuming drive that Michigan has put on with a big third down play by their quarterback, Tom Slade. Blasting straight ahead to the 16-yard line with Greg Sampson, the left end, Jim Merlo, the left linebacker, number 54, who's now in from Sanger, California.
The problem of Stanford's, Kurt, might well be those two linebackers you were just talking about. Merlo, 54, Mike Simone, 50. The big guy in the middle, the All-American Jeff Seaman, is a very fine football player, but those corner linebackers are going to have to do a big job on those slants to the outside.
Third down, 3 to go. Shuttlesworth, Taylor are ready. So is Dowdy in the backfield. The pitch out is to Taylor. Taylor goes to the 14-yard line. He may be short of a first down. Billy Taylor. They faked the Shuttlesworth up the middle and then sent Taylor wide.
This is a good tackle. Randy Podol, number 36, ground level view, moves right up. Looks like he's going to hit him high, then very wisely goes down right at his feet.
Fourth down, a yard to go for Michigan. Michigan has had 72 yards in the ground in the first half. Stanford just 8. There's your third down play. Now we're in the fourth down. Seifert is the fullback. They're going for it now. They give it to Taylor, and I believe he made it. We have a flag down, though. Penalty marker dropped on the play. Offside, Stanford. That'll be a first down and goal to go now. Michigan's ball on the Stanford 9. This drive started on the Michigan 29, and they've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 plays in this drive. Shuttlesworth and Taylor behind the quarterback Slade. First down, 9 to go for a Michigan touchdown. Taylor stopped at the 8. 54, Jim Merlo on top, but he was nipped underneath. It was Butler who got underneath the play. There he is, number 73, Larry Butler, a junior of Lakewood, California.
Kurt, with the concentration of Stanford in the middle, it won't surprise me at all if Tom Slade fakes that handoff and keeps it by himself to the wide side of the field.
No score early in the second period. Michigan with the biggest threat of the game now. Second down, 8 to go for a touchdown. Billy Taylor. Taylor hit and dragged down at the 7. And 91, Greg Sampson slowed him down, the defensive left end. Stanford going against a team that has averaged 69 rushing plays per game. That's a new Big Ten record. Broke the record held by Ohio State's 69 team. 341 yards on the ground by Michigan this year per game is a new Big Ten record, which broke the old mark set by Ohio State in 1968. Third down, 7 to go for a Michigan touchdown. Now they spread out a little bit. Shuttlesworth, the fullback. Here's Slade on a rollout. Gonna run. He's dropped at the 8. He's hit there by number 50, Mike Simone, the junior right linebacker of Garden Grove, California, who missed the Rose Bowl last year because of a bad knee. Getting his revenge today.
I'll tell you, Kurt, this defense has really been doing a great job. That Sampson 91 has impressed me tremendously.
Dana Coyne, who hit 54 out of 54 extra points this year and 7 out of 12 field goals now, will try a 30-yard field goal with Slade holding. The kick is up, and it is good. Michigan is on the scoreboard. And that's a new Michigan all-time career and season field goal mark. 8 for the season. Dana Coyne to Michigan. Action will continue here at the Rose Bowl. The score, Michigan 3, Stanford nothing. You can see there's John Ralston, the Stanford coach, why Michigan has big fourth quarters. Boy, they grind you down. They kept that ball 17 plays, and they had it 8 minutes and 19 seconds in that drive. 8 minutes and 19 seconds. Here's the kick now by Dana Coyne, a squibbler, bounding around. Picked up by Miles Moore, and he's 16 to the 20. Moore to the 25. Comes up, and there's a fumble, and Michigan has recovered. Dana Coyne.
Well, if you ever had to pick a wrong time to fumble, that was absolutely the wrong. There's never a good time, but this was really a bad time. The momentum was going the other way. Miles Moore fumbles. Michigan recovers. They're back in scoring position.
They just can't make mistakes against this Michigan team. Michigan made 2 mistakes early in the game. Very unusual for them. First down on the 32-yard line. They blast straight ahead. Billy Taylor. These plays don't look like they're making much, but they're 3-4 yards at a crack. That's the tight end, Paul Seal, coming in. Replacing the wingback, Glenn Dowdy. Getting more blocking power in. Second down, 7 to go for Michigan on the Stanford 29. Bill Taylor on a pitch out. He is hit on a beautiful play. Randy Fotel. That's the way to come up one-on-one and make that tackle. And Van Nuys, California, a sophomore. Stanford has only 2 starting sophomores in their lineup today. Winesbury, the flanker, and Fotel, their safety man.
You know, interestingly, Kurt, Michigan has not been successful going wide. Their success has been inside, using the man at the wishbone, trapping or blocking on the end or the linebacker.
3rd and 10, Michigan on the Stanford 32. Slade on a drop back. Fires, and it's complete at the 23-yard line of Stanford to Glenn Dowdy, who went down and just came back to the ball. Slade has had a poor percentage this year. 44%. Well, not poor, but not outstanding. He just hasn't thrown the ball that much, and Stanford doesn't go to the air. They now have a 4th down and a yard to go. On the 23-yard line of Stanford, they get Shuttlesworth in there at fullback. Seymour and Seal, the 2 tight ends to block. They're going for it. And he is met, and it's going to be very close. I don't believe he made it. Shuttlesworth, who had lost only 2 yards all year, is stopped short of a 1st down, and you got to give that Stanford defense credit. They're giving that Michigan running game all they want today. We have a timeout. Action will continue here at the Rose Bowl. The score, Michigan 3, Stanford nothing. The biggest play of this game, a 3rd down, Michigan's ball in their 49. Michigan quarterback Slade hit behind the line of scrimmage, got away, went into Stanford territory, picked up a 1st down, and at the end of that drive, Michigan kicked a field goal. There's a good hole open to the 28-yard line with Mike Taylor making the tackle on Jackie Brown, the running back from Yakima, Washington, a senior.
Michigan has changed that defense a bit. They're playing a lot more for the pass. They're playing a very wide front. Ordinarily, they play a very tight 5. They're playing what is now a 4-3.
Second down, 6. Stanford on their 27, trailing 3-0. 7:52 to go. A quarterback draw. Don Bunce brought down on his 29-yard line by Fred Grambo, number 92, a junior. 3rd down. 4 to go for Stanford. Watch Grambo, Al.
He's right on the center, Kurt. They're moving into an odd. They're playing for the pass. We were talking about how difficult it is for a center to block by himself. It's awfully difficult. Dennis Sheehan, number 58, had a tough time.
Third down, 4 for Stanford. Bunch has had a hard rush on him. Gets protection and threw the ball to number 37, Michigan's 37, Tom Key. And is he unhappy? Right into his hands. Bunch forced that pass. He really forced that one. And I imagine John Ralston's going to talk to him when he goes to the sideline. Key intercepted 2 passes this year. Stanford, 0 for 5 in third down plays. Michigan only 1 out of 7. Neither club has been able to convert their third down attempts. Fourth down, 4 to go. Stanford now in punt formation. Tom Darden and Bruce Elliott back deep for Michigan. We're midway in the second period with Michigan ahead 3-0. Getting a tough battle from the underdog Stanford team. A low kick. This is a dangerous kick. Darden takes it on his 25, fumbles the ball, and gets it back to the 29. He's had trouble handling punts today. An All-American safety man this year. One of the best in the country. Tomorrow at 4:30, Aldi Rogatis and I will be in Miami for the Miami Dolphins and the Baltimore Colts for the American Football Conference Championship game. What a game that should be. We're still trying to recover from the Miami-Kansas City game. 82 minutes, 40 seconds. Tomorrow, 4:30 on NBC Eastern Time. Seifert is the fullback. There's a counter, and Glenn Doughty, the wingback, takes the ball, brings it out to the 37-yard line of Michigan, where he was hit by Randy Poltell, who now has made his 5th unassisted tackle of the game.
Get the offense right here.
Second down, 3 to go for Michigan. Mike Oldham is the flanker left. Michigan leading 3-0 in the first half. Taylor, and they're really keying on Taylor today. That's Merlo, the left linebacker, who was replaced. We don't know whether there's anything wrong with Pat Moore or not, the starting left linebacker, but Merlo's played a lot here in this second half.
That was good blocking, actually, Kurt, but that whole defensive unit moves to the ball extremely well. They show it right there. This linebacker, Merle, has been moving extremely well. He's been alternating, Kurt, with Pat Moore.
Third down and about 1.5 yards to go for Michigan on their 37.
48. Go.
Taylor, first down to the 41-yard line. Billy Taylor. Pierre Perrault made the tackle. Stanford's had the ball only 1 minute and 22 seconds this period. Michigan with real ball control.
And Kurt, they stay with that ball control. They're really disciplined. You sit up here and you have the feeling that it must be very tempting on 1st and 10 rather, not to go to the air.
All right, Michigan first down on their 42-yard line. Played to Taylor, who tumbles across his 45-yard line. I think his knee went down there at the 45 of Michigan. He was tripped up by Pete Lazatich, the left guard of Stanford. Second down, 3 to go. The last time they had the ball, they went over 8 minutes with it. They ran 17 plays. They started this drive on their own 29. Now they're on their 45. Stanford can't score because they can't get the ball. Mike Oldham's flanked to the left. Here's the wishbone now with Seifert, the front man, the fullback. The pitch is to Taylor. Taylor's hemmed in and knocked down by Charlie McLeod, the left halfback, who came up and played that one well. And these halfbacks of Stanford, Al, McLeod, Robnett, Hotel, the safety man, and Barnes, the safety man, have played excellent defensively, coming up to make tackles from the secondary, which had to be a key for them today.
You're right, Kurt, and he played off Fritz Seifert. Fritz is 6'2", and he's 220 pounds, and Charlie McLeod is 6 foot and 193. Outstanding play by McLeod.
Doughty spread to the right, Rather to the left. 3rd and 8. Slade to throw, whips it out, incomplete to Doughty. A low pass. He was open in front of McLeod. Went down, hooked back, and a good pass would have found him. Now Benny Dotzauer comes in, Barry Dotzauer, to do the punting. 4th and 8. Michigan leading 3-0. There's Ferguson, number 24. Eric Cross, number 40. Twin safety. No wind right now. Just a perfect day here. Temperature 70 degrees in Pasadena. Good spiral. crossed on his 13, 15, and dumped on his 19-yard line. And down there to cover that kick, number 15 is Bo Rather, the junior flanker. We have a timeout. Action will continue here at the Rose Bowl. The score, Michigan 3, Stanford nothing. In this second period, Michigan has had 19 plays, Stanford only 4. A total of 38 for Michigan, 24 for Stanford in the game. Stanford's deepest penetration has been to their own 29-yard line here in the second period. They just can't get it moving now. There it is to Miles Moore. He caught that ball at his 44 for a first down. Miles Moore hit by Randy Logan.
It's a good move, Kurt. When you're going against that zone, you try to beat it with the quick slant. Bunce picked it out nicely. Miles Moore, good catch.
Let's take a look at Miles Moore, the top receiver on this team. He had a bruised spinal cord last year and missed most of the season. He's dangerous after he catches the ball. On the 34-yard line, Stanford's ball, first down with a 15-yard pass. Straight ahead they go. Running Jackie Brown, running Sanderson, number 32, Bo Schembeckler on the phone to his press box, to his spotters up there, saying what Stanford's doing. Dave Gallagher, incidentally, he's lost 40 pounds. He jogs 3 miles every day. Since his heart attack, he's in prime shape now. Second down, 7 to go. Stanford on their 37. 3-0 Michigan. Bunce whips it out, tipped away beautifully by Tom Key. Otherwise, that ball would have been complete. He ticked it just in time. It was intended for the tight end, Bill Scott.
Kurt, the thing we want to remember is when you're playing ball control, you've got to score. Michigan has scored only 3 points. Stanford is very explosive. Miles Moore has an incredible average on his touchdown passes, and he can really move. So can John Winesbury, 26. Let's watch for him.
Len Stone's in at tight end replacing Scott. Third down, 7. Stanford from their 37. Plenty of time, and he threw it too hard. It was nearly grabbed off by Gusick, the wide man. Michigan's had 3 or 4 balls tipped in their hands in the secondary they've failed to hold on to. You think Bunce firing that ball too hard maybe on those short-range passes, Al?
Yeah, I think so, Kurt. And he's also a little uncertain. He's not quite picking out that receiver as quickly as we know he can. There was actually 2 receivers in that same area, so it was probably a bit of a broken play.
3 minutes and 8 seconds to go in the half. Steve Murray in punt formation. Darden and Elliott deep for Michigan on their own 20-yard line.
Steve Murray.
Low kick. Coaches don't like that. Receivers do. Darden on the 20, 25, and to his 29. Those low kicks are ahead of the coverage. So Michigan will put the ball in play. First down on their 29. Action will continue here at the Rose Bowl. The score, Michigan 3, Stanford nothing. We pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC Television Network. Kurt Gowdy and Al DeRogatis back with you in the Rose Bowl game. Michigan first down on their 29. 3 minutes to go in the half. Slade running out of the pocket. He's good at this. At the 30, 35, 40. And that's been Michigan's best play today. Broken play. Slade picked one up 17 yards. It's been the most important play of the game. This one's for 11, and let's watch him, Al.
From the end zone, Kurt, and that fellow Podol, Randy, number 36, he looks like he's all over the field. He's coming from the offside. That's good tackling. That's good.
First down, Michigan from their 40. Bo Rather running a reverse. And down he goes on his 43-yard line. Hit down by Pat Moore now, who's gone back in as linebacker, and Charlie McLeod. Or Dennis Bragonier, excuse me, who's come in now at left halfback. All-American guard Reggie McKenzie was leading the way that time.
Tom Slade ran Bo Rather on an in pattern the last time, down and in. This fellow, number 15, could move. He can go deep very well.
Under 2 minutes to play in a half. Second down, 7. Michigan from their 43. Billy Taylor. And he's down on his 47. He's hit there by John Ferguson, number 70. And Azatich also tripped him up. This is Michigan's 11th third down opportunity. They've hit only 2 out of 10 so far. Give it to Dowdy. And he, on that second effort, he made it. As he moves into Stanford territory at the Stanford 48. With 1 minute and 5 seconds to go in the half. Michigan leading 3-0. Timeout called by Michigan, so they'll have 2 left. North Seniors, the South Seniors, the Senior Bowl on NBC, 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Saturday, January 8th. You know, Michigan came out here, Al, and changed their preparation for the Rose Bowl game this year. They did not scrimmage. Year before last, they worked twice a day scrimmaging. They were flat, according to their coach, Schembechler, even though he dismisses a heart attack he had. This year, he's taken it much easier with his squad. But he says that no team in a bowl game can be as good as they are in the regular season, that the most important thing of a bowl game is morale.
Right, Kurt, and I think it's awfully difficult also to conclude a season, then wait a month, and then play a big game like the bowl game and try to retain your concentration. The timing of Michigan has been off. Stanford's timing has been a little better. Defensively, neither team has lost very much. Both doing a fine job.
Stanford's had the ball, only 2 minutes, 39 seconds in the second period. Michigan has completely dominated play, and yet Michigan has only 3 points. They're leading 3-0. Stanford's made the big defensive play when they've had to. All right, it's first down Michigan now in the Stanford 48. 1 minute, 5 seconds remaining in the half. Slade is going to throw, and he's hit. And down he goes back on his 48-yard line with Greg Sampson in on him, number 91. This Sampson, a quick charge, a big boy, gets across the line. Michigan lining up now without a huddle, 45 seconds to go. They're on their 48, 2nd and 14, and a prearranged play. Throws that one, and he was hit again and knocked down by Larry Butler that time with a great charge. Pass intended for Rather, but Butler reached the passer and belted him down. 3rd and 14. Butler 73.
You can be sure Bo would like to get a score here, Kurt. He's been forcing it a bit. This is Slade, been forcing it a little bit. He could screen. Michigan does not like the screen very much. They need about, a good 15 yards to get into territory for Dana Coyne.
And they put Mike Oldham in as a wide receiver, replacing Rather. They have Dowdy out at one side. Here's a 3rd and 14. That pass is tipped. It's incomplete. Intended for Dowdy. They have called an interference down on the 35-yard line. Glenn Dowdy was interfered with, which is a big break for Michigan with 36 seconds to go in the half, because otherwise they had a 4th down play coming up. Now we may be able to see this.
There's Dowdy, all-around good football player. They didn't miss that one, did they?
No. They had no interference call. Just an incomplete call. We saw an interference. They dropped the flag, but evidently they were dropping a marker, probably. Dotsauer and punt formation. It's 4th down. Ball was tipped. There's the reason for that. The ball was tipped on the pass, so there was no interference call. A different rule in college than you see in the professional game. The ball was tipped before it got to the receiver. So a 32-yard punt. Stanford has the ball now on their own 20-yard line with 31 seconds remaining in the half. Michigan 3, Stanford nothing. Let's see what Stanford does now.
They say that bunts, Kurt, cannot throw the long ball. We have not as yet seen him try to go up top. Winesberry can really move out of there. Miles Moore can really move out of there. We may have an opportunity to see how far number 11 can throw it.
Stanford's made only 30 yards on the ground. Michigan's made 131 yards on the ground. So Michigan dominating on the ground. Bunce playing it safe. Sends Reggie Sanderson, the fullback, up the middle. Mike Keller, the defensive right end of Michigan, made the tackle. There's your clock moving. 15 seconds remaining in the half. 3-0 Michigan. Now Bunce is going deep to Winesberry over his head. And the clock stops with 6 seconds to go. Winesberry has a cartilage that just has emerged a little bit, and now and then it pinches a nerve. They believe, Johnny Ralston says he believes he'll have to get operated on at the end of the season. He runs the 100-yard dash in 9.7, and Ralston says he's going to wind up as one of the best football players Stanford ever had. Coming up next on NBC at 7:45 Eastern Standard Time, Nebraska, Alabama in the Orange Bowl. Stay tuned right after this game for the Orange Bowl, Nebraska and Alabama. Third down. 3 to go for Stanford. This may be the last play of the half. Bunce's pass on a crossing pattern. Miles Moore has it. He's into Michigan territory to the 47, but the clock shows that the half has run out. Now Stanford got to Michigan territory the first time in the second quarter on the last play of the half. That's the end of the half of the 1972 Rose Bowl game with a score of Michigan 3 and Stanford 0.
There are the stats for the first half, and there are really no surprises other than the fact that Michigan has not scored and Stanford has not. We started the football game saying that one team liked to pass and the other team liked to run. Well, Stanford has gotten no first downs throwing the football. Michigan has gotten 8. As far as the pass is concerned, it's a little bit reversed. 5 for Stanford first downs passing, none for Michigan. There are the rest of them. Kurt, the second half should be exciting. Both teams were extremely tight. We said that Michigan really comes on in the latter part of the game, but we have to also remember that if you're playing ball control, and I will repeat, you've got to score, especially against a team that can throw as well as Stanford.
Speaking of ball control, Michigan had the ball 21 and a half minutes. I'm rounding it out, 21 and a half minutes to 8.5 minutes for Stanford. And yet the score is Michigan 3 and Stanford 0. Bunce is 7 out of 17, Slade 2 out of 6, and now Michigan is going to receive. They had the option, the first choice here of the second half. They're going to have Bo Rather, Billy Taylor, and Glenn Dowdy back. Rather on the goal line, and Rod Garcia, who likes to kick the squibber. Let's see if he does. Will be kicking off. 3-0 Michigan. Kurt Gowdy, Aldi Regatas. Happy New Year as we head into the second half. 103,000 fans jammed into the beautiful Rose Bowl. Perfect weather at Pasadena. It's coming to Rather on the 9. He's to the 20. Finds daylight. Rips it out. A good return for Bo Rather. That's his 9th kickoff return of the year. He averaged 20 yards a return this year, and he's hit by Dan Tomlinson. Michigan's ball, first down now, on their 39-yard line. They'll have Tom Slade, the sophomore, a pre-med student, Saginaw, Michigan. Incidentally, the other quarterback, Don Bunce, wants to be a doctor. Slade, salutatorian of high school class. Seifert is the fullback. Hitting straight ahead. Seifert goes to the 45, a 6-yard gain. Second down and 4. Pierre Perrault made the tackle for Stanford. Now Shuttlesworth brings the play in at fullback for Michigan.
And when you think, Kurt, Michigan has set an all-time school record of 409 points this year, and they haven't been on the board except for the field goal.
Well, you got to give Stanford plenty of credit.
Sure do.
And they bang Shuttlesworth ahead to the 50. Now, Al, it looks like they're going with straight ahead raw power here at the opening of this second half. It's been their game all year.
Right, Kurt. Against this 4-man look that they're getting from Stanford, and they're playing it rather wide, the success that Michigan had in the first half was running inside those defensive ends. They'll probably stay there.
First down measurement. And it's the 9th first down for Michigan, the 5 for Stanford. Michigan's ball on their 49-yard line. Stanford has Sampson, Lazatich, Butler, Perall up front. Slade on the option. Glenn Dowdy goes to the 45-yard line of Stanford. Tom Coyle, the right guard, pulled for him, and Jeff Seaman, the middle linebacker, number 92, had to make the tackle on him.
You know, Kurt, in that wishbone, and especially when you have two wide receivers, as Michigan has, when you're in that wishbone, the man at the bottom of the wish, he is almost like a tight end, so you're really not losing too much. You've got another good blocker in there.
Bursting. Shuttlesworth. They ripped him that time, and they go to the Stanford 17. Ed Shuttlesworth, the sophomore fullback.
Here's a good hole. When you're hitting straight up like that, and you got someone as big as Ed Shuttlesworth, good hole, good blocking. Big series right now, Kurt, for Stanford. This will tell the story. Good pursuit. This is a big man. He should be outstanding. He's a sophomore.
29-yard run for Shuttlesworth, being congratulated. Seifert replaces him. First down, Michigan on the Stanford 17. Out of the wishbone. The keeper, Slade, goes to the 11. He's a good running quarterback and labeled a better runner than he is a passer. Reggie McKenzie, the All-American guard, leading the way. Jim Merlo, the left linebacker, had to cross the field and make the tackle. Now it's a gain of 6, 2nd and 4. Shuttlesworth back in at fullback. Michigan moving on this drive from their own 39 to the Stanford 11. Shuttlesworth straight ahead. He goes to the 7. They're opening big gaps now with McKenzie, Murdoch, and Coyle, those three middlemen just kicking out and blasting the way for Shuttlesworth.
Right, Kurt, and very wisely, Slade is staying right inside. You'll notice the next time we're on them that, as Kurt described, that defensive front is playing it very wide, but more than that, the middle linebacker, Seaman, 92, is playing well off the line. A good place to attack, straight up.
3rd down and a half yard to go for Michigan on the Stanford 7.5. Quarterback sneak, he has it. It'll be 1st and goal to go. Tom Slade carried to the 5. Well, Michigan at the opening of the second half has looked like the Michigan of the entire 71 season.
The last threat, Kurt, that Michigan had, they were unable to go in. Now, this is really the test for this defense. They've been awfully good.
1st and goal. The fullback is Seifert. They're in the power eye, which they like to go inside the 10. Pitched is to Billy Taylor. Billy Taylor wriggles his way to the 1.5-yard line. And he now has 60 yards in the game. He's the leading ground gainer. He averaged over 100 yards a game this year. Glenn Dowdy blasted for him. Dowdy's an outstanding collegiate blocker. Greg Sampson made the tackle. 2nd down and 1.5 yards to go. Shuttlesworth replaces Seifert, who just came out. Michigan moving him out now up front. All right. Can't make it. Shuttlesworth stopped on the 1-yard line. Randy Potel, who's played an outstanding man as a safety man. 3rd down and 1 yard to go. Seifert brings the play in from the bench. Michigan threatening here, opening minutes of the second half.
You know, Kurt, and his wishbone down in here, it's good to watch the two men, Dowdy especially, Shuttlesworth or Seifert the other one. They do a great blocking job.
Slade the quarterback. Messed up. Try to hand to Shuttlesworth. Or to Seifert, I beg your pardon. With Mike Simone making the hit on him. Now what do they do? 4th down and 2.5 yards to go for a Michigan touchdown.
This could be a call that we're going to remember, Kurt. They're in there tight. I don't know whether Michigan's pride has been hurt, but that tenacious defense, there's something else. Big play.
The power eye. 4th down. Michigan leading 3-0. 2.5 yards to go for a touchdown. Taylor jammed up and they hold. Stanford has stopped Michigan on their goal line with a courageous stand. Benny Barnes, number 29, came up to make the vital hit for Stanford. They'll have a timeout, and action will continue here at the Rose Bowl. The score, Michigan 3, Stanford nothing. 4 times one of the top running teams in America had a crack inside the 5 and couldn't go over. Classic goal line stand by Stanford. Their ball on their 1-yard line. Bunts to the fullback Reggie Sanderson, who lives 2 blocks from the Rose Bowl. Reared here in Pasadena. Rambo, Ellis, Beckman piling the play up the middle of the Michigan front 5. It's on the 2-yard line. Stanford has a 2nd down and 9.
Great spot to gamble, Kurt. They've got the 2 wide receivers to one side. They're doubling on Winesbury. Moore could be a big man.
2nd and 9. He throws a pass out. Coming up to the 5, up to the 10. Coming out of the backfield that time was Jackie Brown. And he was hit by Bruce Elliott, the defensive halfback. Now the ball's on the Stanford 10. A 3rd down and a yard to go. 8:44 to go in the 3rd period. Michigan ahead 3-0. A play is brought in from the Stanford bench.
The big 3rd down play, Kurt. They want this. They want good field position. If they have to punt out of here, Michigan again has good field.
Art Smiley, a tight end, brought it in. 3rd and 1. He's going to pass for it. Bunch is a good runner. And he's to the 12. He may have it. It's going to be very close. He was hit by Mike Taylor, Michigan's All-American linebacker, number 33, who led Michigan in tackles. It's a Stanford 1st down, and they get just a bit more of breathing room. That's their 2nd 1st down since the 1st period. First time Stanford's converted a 3rd down play into a 1st down. Miles Moore goes to the right. Johns Winesbury to the left. Stanford's ball on their 12 with a 1st down. Out of the pocket. Reggie Sanderson breaking. Reggie Sanderson. Coming up to his 31. Randy Logan had to nail him out of bounds. Those backs coming out of the backfield, very effective on the short ones in front of the Michigan zone.
It's unusual to see Mike Taylor, 33, miss a tackle, but we're going to have a good opportunity to see it here. Good play calling. This bunt shows me something. Very cool. Lays it there. Missed tackle by Mike. Unusual.
We asked John Ralston about bunts, comparing him to Jim Plunkett. He said there is no other Jim Plunkett. But he says, this boy's good. Look at that pass. The sophomore Winesbury running a post pattern. Under the gun of Bruce Elliott, held on to it. Winesbury, the sophomore streak. He'll be dangerous in the Pacific 8 the next 2 years.
Hey, Kurt, they're really picking this defense apart right now. Bunt's calling some excellent plays.
1st down, Stanford on their 47. They've come from their own 1-yard line. Quarterback draw, 50, 45 of Michigan. Goes forward to the 42 of Michigan. Don Bunce, who is very dangerous. That was a planned play, a quarterback draw, but he's very dangerous on the broken play running.
It's an excellent play, Kurt. He's playing the man over the middle. You notice Ellis goes one way, a fine block by Sheehan, the center. And the tackler gives him about 3 more yards on that one.
Now this is a 57-yard drive that Stanford has going. 1st down on the Michigan 42. Flag is dropped. Bunch couldn't find anyone open. Fred Grambo wrapped him up on the Michigan 44-yard line, but a flag is down.
Kurt, again, we repeat, ball control is a beautiful game if you score. If you don't score, you've got problems. The zone is being beaten several ways. Bunce is beating it short, as Kurt called it, with the back coming out of the backfield. We'll probably see that again. If we do, more than likely we'll see it to the far side of the field. The zone is covering deep, giving short.
The offside penalty declined. Stanford lost the down. Stanford's ball at the Michigan 44, 2nd and 12. The other scores today in the Sugar Bowl: Oklahoma beat Auburn 40-22. Penn State ran away from Texas 30-6. The Orange Bowl follows this one on NBC: Nebraska and Alabama. 2nd down, 12. Don Bunce, a gifted quarterback, following in the big shoes of Jim Plunkett. Dancing away and hitting his man at the 31-yard line. And it's Winesbury, the sophomore, again with a brilliant catch. Boy, he's a great-looking young kid, Al.
Boy, Kurt, he sure is. And Bruce Elliott was right with him. But look at the poise of that fellow right there.
Let's watch Winesbury all alone now. Runs the 109.7, an outstanding athlete. Made that first step. Good hands, and he looked right into himself, and Stanford has a first down. 13-yard pass play. Stanford now on the Michigan 31. Bunce has hit 11 out of 21 for 150 yards. Last year, Jim Plunkett's performance earned him the all-time Rose Bowl quarterback award. That's Tom Slade, the quarterback of Michigan, watching Bunce operate. Now here's their first shift they've had. This is a power eye. That's Winesbury, the flanker, running the ball. They put him in a running back that time. Mike Keller made the stop on him. This has been Stanford's deepest penetration since early in the first half. They're now on the 28-yard line of Michigan, 2nd down, 7. Stanford has brought this ball from their 1-yard line to the Michigan 28. Michigan had 4 cracks inside the Stanford 5 and failed to score. 5:54 to go in the third period. Michigan ahead 3-0. 2nd down, 7. Maybe too much time. Will somebody move? Let's see. Too much time. Probably trying to get an audible going there at the line of scrimmage and just couldn't click it off, Al. This will carry the ball back to the 33-yard line. I made a statement that I think maybe is misunderstood. I got a couple of wires on. I said, Stanford can't win the little ones. We had no, that was a tongue-in-cheek statement. No disrespect meant to San Jose State, who had one of the greatest upsets of the year and richly deserved it, or Washington State, the teams that Stanford was favored against. We didn't mean any disrespect for those schools, honestly.
Right, Kurt, and Duke was one of the teams that beat him, my school.
And well-deserved. There's a pass complete to Winesbury. That was laid in there perfectly by Don Bunce. A perfect sideline pass. Now, Bunce has a quick release. He doesn't throw the sideline pass as hard as Plunkett did.
Hey, this fella, Kurt, is really showing us a lot, school.
Well,
Bo Schambacher has tremendous respect for him.
There's a pass.
Outside. You can throw that pass, you can throw any of them.
So it's now on the 25 of Michigan, 3rd and 4. Schembeckler said that Bunce would be the best quarterback Michigan would play this year, and he's right. Here's the fake, the pitch, and that one is nearly broken up and intercepted with an open field. Bruce Elliott had the open field. The pass was intended for Miles Moore. And now the little field goal kicker, Rod Garcia, comes on. He can be erratic. He missed 5 field goals against San Jose State. Then he'll turn around and drive some through. Steve Murray will hold for him. This is a 42-yard field goal attempt. He's had a 52-yarder to try today, a 55-yarder. And here's another long one. That could tie the game if he makes it. His kick is up. It's got the distance, and it is good. A 42-yard field goal by Rod Garcia. Stanford has tied the game. Action will continue here at the Rose Bowl. The score, Michigan 3, Stanford 3. Stanford had a 74-yard drive. stopped on the Michigan 25, and then the field goal. Here's the kick. Bo Rather on the 1-yard line. To the 20. And brings it back to his 29-yard line. Downfield to cover Steve Murray and also number 61, Pete Hansen. The North and the South seniors will be meeting in the Senior Bowl Saturday, January 8th on NBC.
Kurt, there was an inquiry about the decals on the helmet. The decals on the Michigan helmets are for the big plays made by the Michigan people.
Tom Slade running that straight ahead power play to Ed Shuttlesworth. He crosses his 30. Barry Reynolds now in at guard. Underneath the play, stopped him on the 32. Stanford, Al, has 160 yards passing today and just 47 yards rushing.
That's what we figured. Kerry, just to develop that decal a little bit more, Mike Taylor has 28 on his helmet. Tom Key has 27. The big play, the big tackle, the big fumble recovery, the interception.
Now they have two wide receivers out, split in. Slade keeps the ball, runs the quarterback keeper, and is hauled down on his 36-yard line by Barry Reynolds, number 71, the junior guard from Monrovia. The 1972 Rose Bowl game attendance, another packed and jammed house here, 103,154. And if you don't think this isn't some sight on this brilliant sunny afternoon, temperature 70, no breeze, the San Gabriel Mountains in the background. Third down, Michigan on their 36. Glenn Dowdy. Dowdy trips away. Fine run by Glenn Dowdy, and he's out on his 48, and he has a first down.
Credit a couple of people. The offensive line does a good job. The bottom of the wish, Cypher, 32. There he is leading. And then Dowdy. This is a fine runner. Pitches holds very well. Cypher, a good block. Here's good running. Good balance.
4:14 to play in the third period. This game is tied 3-3. Shuttlesworth is the fullback in the wishbone. Dowdy carries. Dowdy's to the Stanford 48. Once again, Barry Reynolds, who's now in there for Larry Butler, making the tackle. Second down, 6 to go for the Michigan Wolverines. They're on the Stanford 48-yard line. They have been tied 3-3 here in the third period. Second man through, as to the 46 is Billy Taylor, hit by Tim Robnett, the right halfback.
Bill Taylor, Kurt, has 32 touchdowns. One more, and he ties the great Tom Harmon's record of 33. As yet, he has not scored. That 32 is a career number, 32 touchdowns.
Third down and 4. There's Billy Taylor, the all-time yardage career leader of the University of Michigan. Slade on the keeper. And Slade's running has really helped Michigan today as a first down. He's made some key plays running that ball on the quarterback keeper and on a broken pass play. Jeff Seaman, the middle linebacker. Pierre Perrault made the tackle. Now Michigan's had 16 third down opportunities today and has converted 5 of them. Gary Coakley now, third string split end, has gone in. It's Michigan's ball on the Stanford 41. Coakley and Oldham are the two wide receivers. They're trying to spread them out. They have not used two wide split men. Here's the pitch out perfectly to Taylor. It didn't look perfect, but he let it go at the perfect time. The ball was a little high to Taylor, who didn't have possession when he started out. But Benny Barnes and Chuck McLeod driving Billy Taylor out on the Stanford 37-yard line. A gain of 4. Second down, 6 for Michigan.
Once again, Kurt, Stanford is giving ground grudgingly, but as yet, Michigan has not been able to get the touchdown.
Coakley's to one side, Oldham's to the other. Billy Taylor may have right on the Stanford 35, a gain of 2. Now here's that 3rd and 4 play again. They have the two tight ends going in now. Seymour and Seal will be in there. Dowdy comes out. Coakley comes out. They've got some blocking power in. 3rd and 4. They're going to run it. It's to Taylor. Taylor right at the 31. They'll have to measure this one. Hotel in on that tackle. He's had 7 solo tackles today. Lazatech has had 6. While they measure here, Michigan has really played to some back-to-back crowds here their last 2 games. 104,000 against Ohio State on November 20th, last November 20th. And that's the largest crowd in the history of collegiate football. And here they are playing in front of 103,000 a day.
Here they are, Kurt, short yardage. Dowdy's gone back in. Now it's going to be interesting to watch the man at the head of the I as he slams in there. Jeff, number 32, Seifert.
Billy Taylor, the leading ball carrier in the game, with 71 yards. Seifert is the fullback in the power I. Taylor is the tailback, and Dowdy is the wingback. 4th and inches. Look at Stanford. They have nearly a 9-man front. So they're going wide. Taylor gets away. And just missing him was McLeod behind the line of scrimmage. McLeod gambled, shot through, was going so hard that he overran him. Let's watch it here. Watch 21 on Stanford, Al.
And 32, Kurt, Seifert is leading the play, forces him a little wide. Tackle should have been made. Good cut here. He does this very well, Bill Taylor. That was a big play.
Michigan's on the Stanford 28-yard line with a 1st down. Another long, grinding, time-consuming drive by Michigan. Taylor goes to the 23-yard line. Billy Taylor of Barberton, Ohio, and the citizens of his hometown today took a collection up and sent his mother out here so she could watch her son in the Rose Bowl. Larry Butler made the tackle on him. That was a gain of 5, 2nd down, 5. Ed Shuttlesworth, Taylor and Dowdy are in the wishbone behind Slade. Game tied 3-3. Option play. Slade runs it to the 17 of Stanford. He may have a 1st down. Larry Butler brought him down there. We pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC television network. They're going to measure.
The play that's worked the best as we wait for this measurement to come in, the play that has worked the best for the longest single yardage has been that straight-up dive by Shuttlesworth, and he's in there now, 31. There's the measurement.
They have it. 1st down, Michigan on the Stanford 17. Michigan played in the first Rose Bowl game against Stanford, 19-2. Michigan had 13 men they brought out here. Only 11 played. The other 2 rolled themselves in the dirt after the game. They looked like they played when they were driven in a horse carriage back to their hotel. Dowdy broke a tackle, a big tackle. He broke away from Peralt behind the line of scrimmage. Peralt had him. Taylor was blocking for him. Larry Butt with the 10.
Here it is again from the end zone. Dowdy is showing you something. Good balance. He's making some crucial yards. Couple of arm tackles, Kurt. Stanford could be tiring.
And that's the end of the quarter. The 3rd quarter of the 1972 Rose Bowl game with a score, a tie, Michigan 3, Stanford 3. Announcement made on behalf of the NCAA. Billy Taylor is the leading ball carrier in this game now. He has 79 yards. The top ball carrier for Stanford has been Weinsbury with 16 yards. As advertised, it's been Michigan's run and Stanford's pass. 2nd down, 3. Michigan on the Stanford 10. Now they have a 1st down as they run Shuttlesworth to the 4-yard line. Larry Butler making the stop.
Can they do it one more time, Kurt? I said they look like they're tiring. They showed it again right there that they might be tiring. They've been in the football game a long time. It's tough to play defensive football when a team can run like Michigan and they're constantly pounding you.
This has been a 14-play drive for Michigan that started on their 29. They have a 1st and goal to go. They've been an excellent fourth-quarter team this year. Billy Taylor dropped for a loss. And coming through to hit him there, Jeff Seaman, the All-American linebacker, number 92.
Let's watch Jeff Seaman moving to the ball, keeping his eye always on the quarterback, watching for the pitch. Good inside-outside position. Good tackle.
2nd down, 6 to go. For a Michigan touchdown on the Stanford 6. The game tied 3-3, beginning of the 4th quarter. Slade throws on the run, and it is complete to Dowdy. No wonder his coach Schembecker calls him the best all-around athlete on the team. He's made some big plays today. That puts the ball on the Stanford 1, makes it 3rd and a yard to go.
Here it is again. Quick pass. Glenn Dowdy, a fine catch.
He was a leading receiver this year for Michigan with only 14 catches. 3rd down, a yard to go now for a Michigan touchdown. Slade asked for quiet. Timeout on the official. Stanford didn't have the ball much in the 2nd period. They've had it only 3:59 in the 3rd quarter. Coverage of the National NCAA Basketball Championship begins with the semifinals at night, Thursday, March 23rd. The finals on Saturday, March 25th from the LA Sports Arena, all exclusively on NBC. 3rd down, a yard to go for a Michigan touchdown. Seifert over for a touchdown.
Here it is, right from the ground. You are now playing cornerback. Total. Seaman comes up. Seifert has done a fine job. He's asking a little too much, Kurt. Goal line stands are awfully tough, but very dramatic.
15 plays for Michigan in that drive of 71 yards. Tom Slade will hold. Dana Coyne, who hasn't missed a point all year, kicks number 55 in a row. He already holds the NCAA all-time record of 54 in a row coming into this game. Action will continue here at the Rose Bowl. The score, Michigan 10, Stanford 3. Now Stanford needs some field position after this kickoff. They just had the first touchdown of the game. It's 10-3 Michigan on a grueling 17-play, 71-yard drive. They had another 17-play drive earlier. They were stopped on the 1-yard line of Stanford. Notice he kicks it from the far hash marks. Deep, Miles Moore and John Weinsbury. Kick is not too deep. Moore has it on his 20 and is spun down on his 24-yard line. Game has been fairly free of penalties. Gusick made the tackle. Next, the Orange Bowl, Alabama, Nebraska. 7:45 Eastern Standard Time.
Here's a big series, Kurt. This defense needs some rest. It's now up to Bunce in the offense to keep the ball for a little while. He'll be putting it up top. He's tough to stop. He knows he can complete passes against Michigan.
Great drop back. Plenty of time. And there it is to Sanderson coming out of the backfield. He's down in the 35-yard line for a first down. They've been very effective circling Brown and Sanderson out of the backfield. Randy Logan, Michigan's right halfback, had to make the tackle. It's on the 36 of Stanford.
Bunce is a cool customer, Kurt. He doesn't really try to force it. He's tried to force a couple of issues today, but he's taking what the defense is giving him.
He's hit 12 out of 23 this afternoon. Plunkett had 20 out of 30 last year. Sanderson to the 39-yard line, 38-yard line of Stanford. Fred Grambo, Michigan's tackle, brought him down. Second down and 8. 10-3 Michigan, fourth period, 12 minutes to go. You're looking right over the heads of the Michigan bench. Morris to the left, Winesbury's to the right. Out to Winesbury, and what a catch by the sophomore. No, incomplete, they say. Ralston thought he had it, the Stanford coach. Winesbury.
Let's see it again. He fires it out there, Kurt.
They were right. Official right on it. Let's watch here now. A very difficult attempt, but the ball hit the ground, and you saw it. Now it's third down. 8 to go. Stanford from their 38-yard line. 11:54 to play in this Rose Bowl game. Bunch has been getting better protection here. There goes Winesbury. Winesbury met by Tom Darden, the Michigan safety man, but it's a first down Stanford on the Michigan 40-44.
This is this play. Reggie Sanderson's come out of the backfield, goes straight down. There's a little delay. Winesbury cuts over the middle underneath the zone. Big play.
5 catches for the sophomore Winesbury today. Stanford on the Michigan 44, first down. Michigan leading 10-3. Bunce is running it. He's to the 40 and tripped up at the 35 by Gussick, number 14, Frank Gussick, the senior Wolfman, the rover in that Michigan secondary from Garfield Heights, Ohio. There's Bunce with 14 out of 26. He's had 183 yards of passing yardage in this game.
He's now got that defense opened up, Kurt. It wouldn't surprise me to see him keep it on the ground. They're opened up a little bit. They'll probably tighten here, but they have been playing a little open. The run could go straight up.
Second down, a yard to go for Stanford on the Michigan 35. Fake to Brown. Big rush. Screen to Brown. Brown is stopped by number 90, Mike Keller, on a brilliant defensive maneuver. If Brown had escaped Keller, he had 10 yards of open field ahead of him. Keller, a senior at Grand Rapids, has now made 5 solo tackles today. But they had enough for the first down. They only needed a yard. They were trying to break something wide open. Stanford on the Michigan 34-yard line. First down. Reggie Ishman comes in. Split end. Bunce fires and is complete on the slant pattern. He laid it right in there to young Winesbury again. What a pair of hands this kid has. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Wonder how he'd look with that Oklahoma wishbone.
And how about Bunce, the way he's firing that ball? Bruce Elliott was in pretty good position. Tom Garden was in pretty good position, but the pass was right there. An excellent catch.
Bunce now 16 out of 28 with his quick release. 195 yards. Winesbury has 6 receptions in this game. A sophomore flanker. First down Stanford. They're trailing 10-3. Brown, one of the few bad passes Bunce was throwing today. Second down 10. Stanford on the Michigan 23.
Tom Darden, Kurt, has been looking for Winesbury on that inside move before, going underneath, but occasionally Winesbury is one-on-one against Bruce Elliott. The last play he was in that situation, it looks like he could beat Elliott deep.
Ishman, who's replaced Moores on the left, Winesbury on the right. Second down 10. Over the head of Winesbury. Threw it high. We have a score of 10-3 here. Michigan leading, 9.5 minutes to play in the game. Team that time. For those 2 men there, I wonder if he threw that ball high purposely, Al.
I don't know, Kurt. He's awfully clever, and as I mentioned, he's very cool. He's constantly thinking, and he's got just tremendous concentration.
He picked up 2,265 yards total offense this year, the leader in the Pacific Coast Conference. Third down. There it is to Brown. Jackie Brown has a first down. I believe he's got the first down. They dropped the yard marker over there when he ran to the sideline. Brown circling out of the backfield.
A big rush. Again, he retained his composure. That's Lee putting the pressure on him, number 37, loops it out. He's doing all the right things.
He read the blitz very well. Key was blitzing him. Just dumped it off to Brown, who picks up the first down at the 13-yard line of Michigan. Stanford with a brilliant drive of its own. A different type of drive, not a grinding drive. A drive exploiting everything. Now this is a broken play. A fumble. Michigan has it. That's to be the key play of the ball game right there. Michigan recovers. Frank Gussich hit him, and he recovered. A big break that Michigan made for itself. Timeout. Action will continue here at the Rose Bowl. The score, Michigan 10, Stanford 3. That was a 63-yard drive that Stanford put on in 11 plays that Michigan now has come up with the ball, played to his fullback, Ed Shuttlesworth. It's been Bunce's passing, and Slade has been brilliant running the ball today. He's gained 47 yards and 8 carries, nearly 6 yards a carry from his quarterback position. 3 times he has made 3 very important third down gains by running the ball himself.
Kurt, we haven't been saying much about that offensive line, but McKenzie, Murdoch, Coyle, Cootie have been doing an excellent job.
Second down, 7 for the Wolverines. They're ahead 10-3. 8:45 to go. Slade is cranked down that time, and it looked like it was hit by Sampson. Number 91, Sampson, and Merlo also. And he is hurt. He's up very slowly.
Here's a situation, Kurt, where Dowdy has been the big man. Dowdy has been making the big play. Number 22, he caught a fine pass right down the goal line that led to the touchdown. Call a timeout.
Slade is injured. They've called a timeout. It seems to be his left leg. And action will continue here at the Rose Bowl. They give Slade a big hand. The score, Michigan 10, Stanford 3. Kurt Gowdy and L.D. Rogatis again, 3rd and 6. Michigan on their 34. Tom Slade's all right. Stays in the game. Let's see what he does on 3rd and 6. Throws a running pass, and it's incomplete to Bo Rather. Schembechler coached under Woody Hayes at Ohio State when Paul Warfield was there, and he compares Rather similar to Warfield.
Jeff Seaman puts a good rush here, Kurt. He was very instrumental in this play not working. Pretty good pop, a little high.
All right, Michigan will have a punt formation coming up. Ferguson and Eric Cross are back for Stanford. Michigan's converted only 5 out of 19 third down plays today. Barry Dotsauer's in punt formation. A little over 8 minutes to play. Low spiral. Cross takes it on his 30. Oh, he nearly has his head turned off by Glenn Dowdy. Dowdy's made big plays, receiving, running, tackling today. A very versatile, valuable player for the University of Michigan. Stanford's ball, first down on their 33. Well, let's see. Michigan has had 204 yards rushing and just 26 passing. It's almost the opposite the other way. Stanford 195 yards passing, 58 yards rushing. Pro Bowl game will be on NBC Sunday, January 23rd, 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. First down for Stanford on their 33. They're trailing 10-3. They've just had a long drive stop with a fumble. Now Don Bunce hit from behind, throws it right into the hands of number 90, Mike Keller, the end, who dropped back to defend against the pass. And if he ever had a chance to intercept a pass in his career, 3 years, right in his hands, that was it. Carpenter hit Bunce as he let the ball go. The other end, Carpenter rushed, while the opposite end, Keller dropped back. There's your time, 8:04 to go in the 58th Rose Bowl game perfect weather here, and Michigan ahead 10-3. 3 of the last 4 years, the Big Ten has lost to the Pacific 8. Big Ten dominated this interconference series in the early portion of it. Now the Pacific 8 starting to catch up. Bunce running out of the pocket is dropped at the 33-yard line, and he's hit there by the tackle, Fred Grambo, number 92, the junior.
Kurt, I'll tell you, there are very few things that could take my eyes off of an exciting football game, but I don't believe I have ever been in a setting quite as beautiful as this right here. Looking up at those mountains, the sun setting behind us, got to tell you, it's almost as good as 3rd down and 10.
The all-time record here is the Big Ten 18 wins, the Pacific 8 9 wins. Look at this setting. 3rd down and 10, Stanford, trailing 10-3. That pass incomplete to the tight end, Scott. It wouldn't have been an easy catch, but he knew it. He had his hands on it and could have held on to it. Bruce Elliott riding along with him, and Stanford now must give up the ball. We have a flag down. Steve Murray coming in. That's offside against Stanford, being declined by Michigan. Steve Murray in punt formation. Bruce Elliott and Tom Darden back. Darden's had some trouble handling punts today. He's usually a very sure ball handler and punt return man in Michigan. One of the reasons he made All-American, averaging 10 yards a punt. It's a fake. And that goes Jackie Brown. Jackie Brown on the fake. Murray went through the John Barrymore action of kicking it. Stanford gambling has a big first down.
Ralston said he'd do something in the game to shake it up. There's Jackie Brown sneaking out. Good run. This man scored 2 touchdowns in the last Rose Bowl game, and he just makes a brilliant play. Magnificent.
Stanford on Michigan's 36, and is a crowd of 103,000 buzzing on that one. First down, Stanford. A big gamble by Stanford back in their own territory. There's still 7 minutes to go, and the pass incomplete. Intended for Weinsberry. They're double teaming him and triple teaming him now. Bruce Elliott broke it up. Every time the sophomore goes down, he's caught 6 passes today. He now is being double teamed.
Right, Kurt. Now we should look for that inside play. Bunce may go to it on this down. The one where he takes the back out of the backfield, sends him deep, delays with Weinsberry, then cuts Weinsberry over the middle. It's been a big play. It's worked every time. 2nd
down, 10. Keller, the end, has been brought out. Drake, an extra back, has gone in for pass defending purposes. Tom Drake for Michigan. 2nd down, a hard rush. Dumps it. He was trying to get it off to his tight end, Scott. But boy, were they in on him that time. 3 men nailed him just as he let the ball go. Grambo, Ellis, and Beckman, the middle of the Michigan line. Schembecker Al said before the game, the only way you can really go against Bunce is to rush him hard, but he is poised enough that sometimes he beats the pass rush.
And you know, Kurt, with that rush, and it really is coming, and with the drop of the linebackers, although we haven't seen the screen used, it looks like it should work.
3rd and 10 for Stanford. On the Michigan 36. Michigan ahead 7-3, or 10-3. The pass to Scott. First down, Stanford at the Michigan 24. Frank Gussick tackled him. He went to his tight end 3 times in a row.
And, Kurt, that's the way we've seen it all year. The way you're beating the zone, you beat it with the short passes, you beat it with the back out of the backfield, and this has been really a great year for the tight ends. They've been having super years.
Now Keller comes back in. Tom Drake out. Stanford's ball on the Michigan 24. Stanford started this drive on their 33. The last 2 times they've had possession, they put on brilliant drives. Previous one stopped on a fumble. Bunce, sideline, nobody there. Incomplete. 2nd down, 10.
He's really been punished. This defensive line has been coming. They've been coming all day, Kurt. Watch him get hit there. Boy, I'll tell you, you earn your keep when you play quarterback.
That was Carpenter and Ellison on him. Tomorrow, we'll be in Miami. The Miami Dolphins and Baltimore Colts for the American Football Conference Championship, 4:30 Eastern Time. on NBC. Second down 10. Stanford trailing 10-3 on the Michigan 24. 6.5 to play. There it goes! Touchdown, Jackie Brown! Jackie Brown breaks it.
He's coming with the unexpected, Kurt. It was a beautiful trap play. When you've got them thinking pass, they go run. Now watch the trap here. Oh, Jackie Brown. I guess he's motivated when he plays in the Rose Bowl. Who wouldn't be?
Now will they go for the tie? Will they go for two? 10-9, Michigan. Jackie Brown breaking that one. 20. Stanford went 67 yards and about as a mixed variety of plays. They're going to have Garcia kick it. Holding will be Steve Murray. Crowd quiet. The kick is up. The kick is good. We've got a tie game in the Rose Bowl. Action will continue here at the Rose Bowl. The score, heavily favored Michigan 10, Stanford 10. A play that'll be talked about for years to come in the Rose Bowl. Stanford's ball on their own 36. Fourth down, they faked the punt. Snap to the short man. Brown ran 40 yards to keep a drive going for Stanford. And Brown had just run 24 for a touchdown. Glenn Dowdy has the ball. Dowdy brings it out to his 32-yard line. And now Michigan in possession. He was hit by number 42 and number 60. Robnett for Stanford, and number 60 is Dan Tomlinson. All right, let's see what Michigan does now as their pre-med student, their fine sophomore quarterback, Tom Slade, comes in. Stanford has just driven 67 yards to tie it up. Michigan's ball on their 32-yard line with a first down. Out of the wishbone to Glenn Dowdy. Dowdy trying to hurdle. He gets to the 35 of Michigan. Robnett coming up to take him high. And down low was Simone. There's your time. The game tied 10-10. We're approaching 6 minutes to go.
Heard John Ralston said he needs to score on some kind of a break. He also said he would shake them up, and he's shaking us up with some great calls. Beautifully played football game.
Well, he said we had to score at least 17 to win. They haven't done that yet, neither has Michigan. There goes Ruther, and he was in the open, running the crossing post pattern. He was there, and the pass just out of his reach. He had split between Benny Barnes and Charlie McLeod, Bo Rather, who has outstanding speed. A junior from Sandusky, Ohio, who averaged 16.5 yards a catch. Look at Ralston. Say one thing, he's done quite a job 2 years in a row in this Rose Bowl of bringing a 10 or 12 point underdog team in here and beating powerful Ohio State last year, and so far playing powerful Michigan even. Slade's pass to the sideline, way over the head of the receiver. And now Michigan has to give up the ball. It was intended for Dowdy. Fourth down. And I say they'll have to give up the ball, do they? Because Stanford wouldn't.
Well, Kurt, they're going to give up the football here. They're not taking any chances. They've got to get excellent defense. 5:42 to go, 10-10. What a second half. Just great football on both sides.
Barry Dotzauer and punt formation. Eric Cross a single safety. Dangerous, but he's had a bad leg. Fair catch. 27-yard line, Stanford. The Indians, last 2 times they've had the ball, have put on brilliant drive. Beginning Sunday, February 20th from Toronto, Canada, and 8 additional Sundays, the World Championship Tennis presented on NBC Sports. 5 minutes, 35 seconds to go in this Rose Bowl game with a score tied 10-10. Stanford has the ball on their 27-yard line. It was 3-3 at the half. Bunch going deep. Oh, just broken up. A great move by Darden, number 35. The pass intended for Jackie Brown, who was in the open, and the All-American safety, Tom Darden, with perfect timing, flashed in front to tip it away.
And again, Kurt, that was one where he forced it a bit. He wasn't really set. His best success has been going beneath the zone, and we'll probably see him do it. We'll probably see him work with Jackie Brown. Jackie is hot. Go with the hot man.
bunts now 18 out of 38, 217 yards. Second down, 10 for Stanford. Bill stopped the tight end, and he is pulled down. There was a fumble, but had the whistle blowing at the 35-yard line. Michigan's ball. Michigan has it. Peralt, Taylor came up with it. Mike Keller recovered number 90. Mike Taylor hit him, and Michigan, a tremendous break now on the Stanford 35.
Big one, big one. This is why you get those emblems on your helmet. He's leading with them. He makes a big play. Keller came over, makes a big play. Fight for the ball. Mike Keller, 90, really put the finisher on him.
All right, Michigan's ball, first down on the Stanford 35. Game tied 10 to 10. They go to the 31. Billy Taylor carrying. Give it to the bread and butter man. Simone tackled him, the outside linebacker on the right. Second down, 6. There's your time. 5 minutes to go now. Shuttlesworth in. Seifert comes out. Michigan's made over 200 yards rushing, but they're way below their seasonal average per game on the ground. With a fired-up Stanford defense today, playing their hearts out. Slade pitching to Taylor. Taylor met by Robnett at the 30, or Pulte. Hotel came up. We said at the start of the game the key would be the tackles made by the Stanford secondary. They had to come up and tackle. They knew Stanford didn't have a dangerous passing game, and the Stanford secondary has done that. Now the ball's on the 30-yard line of Stanford, third down and 5. Randy Podol just made that tackle. Taylor's carried the ball 30 times. The Rose Bowl's record's 34 by Ernie Nevers. Here it is out to Taylor. Taylor hit at a 29.
That wide stuff, Kurt, has not been working. Michigan has been forcing it. The secondary, as you call it, has really been coming up. The linebackers have been coming up. Here's Dana Coyne. If he comes into the foot, here he goes, 36. This will be one of the big kicks of his young life.
His longest field goal is 42 yards against UCLA this year. This will be a 46-yard attempt by Dana Coyne. Tom Slade is holding in a tie game. 3.5 minutes to play. His kick is up, and it is short. Ferguson's going to run it out, and he's in trouble. Look out, and it is a safety. It's a safety. He's tackled by Shuttlesworth. Number 31. He came out. He tried to get back. He was at the 5. It's called a safety, and Michigan leads 12 to 10. Will have the free kick.
Jim Ferguson, Kurt, will long remember this one.
That's Shuttlesworth on him. Almost like not quite as far. The wrong way run by Roy Regal of California in the Rose Bowl. Action will continue here at the Rose Bowl. The score, Michigan 12, Stanford 10. Ed Shuttlesworth, a offensive fullback, has made only one tackle in this game, a tackle that will be remembered for a long time in the Rose Bowl. Ferguson caught that ball in the end zone, and of course it'll be wondered why he didn't down it for the touchback. I guess he thought he had an open field. He could get 20 or 30 yards. You saw him get out to the 5, then try and circle back. He was dropped in the end zone for a safety, and now Stanford has the free kick, and Michigan will get the ball with 3 minutes and 18 seconds to go, as Stanford has stopped Michigan time after time when it counted here in the second half. Bo Rather on his 30 to his 40, and has dropped on his 45. Stanford has fumbled the ball away 4 times today and was in a tie here with a little over 3 minutes to go. Michigan's ball now. Stanford has 3 timeouts left, Michigan 2. We have had some plays in this second half. The 4th down fake punt for 40 yards, a snap to the short back that set up Stanford's touchdown. And now this safety on a wrong way run. He knew where he was going, but he was just trying to pick up some blocking and get to that far sideline. Shuttlesworth carried the ball with 3 minutes to play. Michigan leading 12-10. Michigan on their 47.
Schambacher has got one thing in mind, and the backs have one thing in mind, and that is hold the football. No fumbles, not now.
Second down, 8 to go for Michigan. Stay tuned for the Orange Bowl game right after this one. Dowdy is stopped at the 49 of Michigan.
2:30 to go, Kurt.
Leading ball carrier has been Billy Taylor with 83 yards. Bunce has picked up 224 yards in passing for Stanford, 19 out of 39. Slade only 3 out of 10. Winesbury with 6 catches and Brown with 5 catches have been the leading receivers in the game. 3rd and 6 for Michigan. Now they're at the 48-yard line of Stanford with Billy Taylor carrying, a hit by Charlie McLeod. Johnny Ralston trying to get his team's attention. Working our stats today, Chuck Panama and Dr. Robert Woods. Stanford's called time to stop the clock. And assisting us here in the booth, Steve Bailey, KMPC Radio in Los Angeles. Bob Ufer, spotting for Stanford, and he's been the voice of Michigan football on radio for the last 27 years. Sports director of WPAG in Ann Arbor, Michigan. 4th down and 2 to go for Michigan, leading 12-10. They have scored a safety in the last 3.5 minutes to take the lead. On a field goal that was short, Ferguson tried to run it out, got out to his 5, circled back, and was trapped for a safety.
Just a beautifully played football game, Kurt. This second half, just tremendous admiration for Michigan, and I'm sure that everyone in Ann Arbor is extremely proud, and also in Palo Alto. Neither team has ever quit. There it is, 12 for Michigan, Stanford 10, 1:57 to go. 4th down, Michigan will be punting, so Stanford has another shot. And when you have Bunce and Winesbury, Kurt, it's tough.
Al, Schembechler said 3 factors in a heart disease: exercise, weight, and tension. He said, I'm all right in 2 out of the 3.
Yeah.
Today, he's had the tension to hang on with this one. Barry Dotsauer to punt. Ferguson across deep. Coming to Eric Cross. It's back over the 20 and out to his 22-yard line, and that's it. And now Stanford has 1:48 to try and pull it out. Seifert made the tackle on him. 40-yard kick and a 10-yard return. We want to thank Leigh Leishman, who for years has been the outstanding chairman here of the football committee of the Pasadena Tournament of Roses. The Michigan coach, Bo Schembechler, and his staff, the athletic director, Don Canham, sports information director, Will Perry. They've got a tremendous athletic program going at the University of Michigan. Stanford under 22 with a 1st down, 1st and 10. And a quick one out to the 35-yard line. Here's the tight end again, Bill Scott. Stanford 1st down. Mike Taylor made the hit on him. 20 out of 40 now for Bunce today. They've done what everybody expected, throw the ball a lot. They've had to against the stout Michigan defense, and thrown it very effectively. Complete to Winesbury for a 1st down on the Michigan 48. Winesbury, the sophomore, has caught his 7th pass today. Don Hudson received the most votes for the all-time Rose Bowl team. Winesbury 7 today. Elliott made the tackle on him. 1:27 to go. 1st down for Stanford. They have 2 timeouts left. Out of bounds to stop the clock, attempted for Winesbury. 1:20 to play. Michigan leading 12-10. Flag down.
Kurt, 103,000 people. I'm sure no one is left, and the excitement is just mounting constantly. The flag is down. The Stanford team is walking back. It looks like a long one against Stanford.
Now they signal illegal procedure. 5 yards.
5.
Most passes attempted in a Rose Bowl game. Remember that wild one in '63? Ron Vanderkellen threw 48 in that game. Bunce now is 41 here. That was the game in which USC won 42-37. Mal Allen did such a great job in that game. It was finished almost in the dark on NBC television. This is Ames. And he's to the 42 or more. Let's check that. Miles Moore back in. Number 45, brought down by Darden and Elliott. Stanford now in the Michigan 42. Second down, 4. 1 minute to play. They'll have to stop the clock here. There's a shake. 35 to the 30. They're working it down to the 28. Time is called. Reggie Sanderson took that one. Bruce Elliott tackled him. The clock stopped with 51 seconds. And what a wild second half there in a row.
Hasn't it been, Kurt? You almost have the feeling like Jackie Brown, who got 2 the last time, could do it again.
They didn't take time out. Complete to the 17. They're picking them apart to Winesbury. Now they stop the clock. It's a first down, and the clock automatically stops at the Michigan 17. And Michigan now desperately hanging on against this aerial assault by Don Bunce from Stanford. They're going short. They're in front of the Michigan zone, and they're beating it right now. They're going to run it, and they run it to the 14. They've got a good field goal kicker, remember. Reggie Sanderson, watch the clock. Timeout. Timeout, Stanford. Johnny Rawls says, all right, cool it down. Let's talk it over. 22 seconds to go. Michigan leading 12-10. Al DeRogatis.
Kurt, the field goal kicker has been a little bit maligned in those games that they lost, especially against San Jose State. Two extra points were missed. He had as many attempted field goals, 27, as he had extra points. He can kick field goals, and he can kick it at a distance. What a great opportunity for Garcia. But there's 22 seconds, and there's time to score a touchdown, of course.
Stanford started his drive on their 22-yard line, a desperation last-gasp drive, racing against the clock. 28 yards upfield, 37 downfield, 65-yard drive. And now has reached the Michigan 14-yard line. They have a second down and 7. Michigan leading 12-10 with 22 seconds to play. Stanford has 1 timeout left. Trying to work it in the middle of the field. They go to the 13-yard line. There's your time, 16 seconds to go. And there's the last time out. Here comes the field goal kicker in of Mexican descent, little Rod Garcia. La Merida, a sophomore who's hit 14 field goals this year. He can get hot or he can be erratic. You can see he's not very big. He's only 155 pounds. He kicks them soccer style. Right now, he has a chance for an historic field goal if he makes it.
And Kurt,
if he makes it.
I'm sorry, a couple of very important things. Number one, that ball is never in play, and sometimes the center is overlooked, but be sure that Dennis Sheehan knows, number 58, how very important this snap really is. 16 seconds to go. Great Rose Bowl football game, 12-10, and the field goal has been so important this year especially.
We saw a little guy on Christmas Day named Yepremian make history, and now here's little Garcia, a soccer-style kicker. This will be a 31-yard field goal attempt with Steve Murray holding. Let's see what happens. Watch it. It is up. It is good. Stanford leads 13-12 with 12 seconds to go. Look at him mob Garcia. He may never get up. The game is not over. Hundreds have run onto the field. What a drive Stanford has put on. They went from their 22, racing the clock. They reached the 13, and now a 31-yard field goal by Rod Garcia has dramatically put Stanford out in front with 12 seconds to go, 13-12. They'll have to clear the field. Stanford must kick off. He had the distance on that one, Al.
Boy, he sure did. Not only the distance, Kurt, But as Duffy Doherty used to say, you got to follow through. And I know that Duffy used to love to tell stories about the significance of the follow-through. And that young man showed concentration and great follow-through. 12 seconds.
The second happiest man in the ballpark right now is Jim Ferguson, who took a short field goal, ran it, and then was trapped for a safety that gave Michigan the lead. And listen to this, Don Bunce, after a great performance by Plunkett last year. Plunkett just won the Rookie of the Year in the American Football Conference, and he's going to be one of the great ones in pro football. Don Bunce has come in today, right behind him, and hit 24 out of 44 for 290 yards. There he is, Rod Garcia, who now, unless Michigan returns this one or does something, will become an immortal name in Stanford football history.
He's also 5'9" and 155 pounds, Kurt.
Our producer today has been Lou Cussero. Our director is Harry Coyle. Our unit manager, Bill Palmerston. Our technical supervisor, Jerry Ireland. Our associate director, Bob Osberg. Our technical director, Gene Schwartz. Our film technical director, Ed Siebenthal. Production assistant, well, here's the game. The kick is coming to Rather. Now let's see, he's at the 10. Fumble! Down on his 18. 6 seconds to go. 6 seconds to go, and unless a miracle happens, 2 years in a row, a heavily underdog Stanford team is going to come in with two of the biggest upsets of all time in a Rose Bowl. The team that seems to play its best in the big game, mysteriously losing games they're supposed to win, and then coming back to win the games that you figure are going to be their toughest. They call it the coach's nightmare team, a team that no one can figure out. But how they played today and how they played here last January 1st. Larry Cepa's the quarterback with 6 seconds to go. He's going for the long bomb, and it is going to be incomplete. The game is over. Stanford has upset Michigan. Michigan had won 11 in a row, 10 to 12-point favorites. They had gone ahead on a safety with 3.5 to go. Stanford raced the clock, reached the Michigan 13. Rod Garcia booted a 31-yard field goal with 12 seconds remaining to win it. The final score, Stanford 13, Michigan 12. Stay with us. Kurt Gowdy and L.D. Rogatis wish you again a Happy New Year after station identification as we switch to the Orange Bowl between Alabama and Nebraska from Miami, Florida.
The college game of the year, Nebraska versus Alabama in the Orange Bowl, next on NBC.